Without him, we are not alive. Today, we're going to speak English and Chi. And they say, "Eniano me do bibia se enyumre se wa dom ne momobro hu awade adom arakwa ne atim kwemu a na dom aseda ne yede merade setekrema de awusia na dom arakwa nti enyumre ye de rade ase papa me do obibia se so se otie ne enyumre ye wo a special guest and your program no pacho your friend Ruby uni mi din so I been so friend life is precious life is very precious it's ene nyumwe ye betwetwe komo health and business your special guest for bi wa ha ene omusi omune ye betwetwe komo your nua Mantiferi your special doctor bi wa ha yes, I wo a financial advisor ewa ha. Omunina si omuni betwetwe nkomo ye be educate yourselves. Uni ho amini ho enti ne stresse enyumre obenya waso se ubetie ye misramu ya check akra ma asel medi kanka ye no se ye check akra me stresse mo fanche if you say bi wo ho against bi wo ho no for chichi na eba be a doctors as I say health and business nti bia na oye doctor bi na wayele to hwe patient bi no wantimi amedru han temo a mesra mo fanche no na obeba enye doctors nko lawyers beba ababe educate yen enye only lawyers enye only doctors businesses aworo omo beba eti so bi ma ya mesre bebre ambrasio mo pamocho mo fanche mesre bebre mo fanche so onipa ni medru ha ebema program na yakoye chikakra ti mesra ye nya bema bi wa ha oye doctor osinne oni ye ba betwetwe nkomo obeka brofo itinne no ye be mixe both tree any brofo your life. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live right now in Adinkra radio. We are live in Adinkra TV multimedia, Adinkra multimedia, both TV live right now, including Facebook live, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere around the globe. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to us tonight. First, I'm going to introduce our special and spectacular guest who is over the phone right now, who would like to talk to us, and then we all going to learn something new today. If you already know about it, thank you. If you don't know, please, let's humbly listen to him. And then if you have any questions, please ask live right now on Adinkra TV. You could ask questions on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you are. I humbly beg you, your questions will be answered. Please, let's welcome our gentleman. His name, he's a doctor, and he's going to mention his name himself. Doctor, please welcome to our studio at Adinkra TV, live in New York City.
Hi, thank you for inviting me tonight to join your important meeting. My name is Sam Siegel, and I am a liver doctor at Montefiore Hospital in the Bronx in New York. The reason why I'm here is that there's a liver condition that's especially important to the West African community. Ghana and basically all the other countries of West Africa, and that is hepatitis B. And it's a condition that unfortunately I think a lot of people don't understand, and it's unfortunate because it is easily diagnosed and it's easily treated and it's easily prevented. And if you don't know about it, none of this can happen. And as a result, a lot of people get infected, and it can cause major problems long term. To just give you a little bit of background, hepatitis B is a virus. So it's like there are multiple viruses that infect people, and hepatitis B is probably one of the more common ones around the world. There are literally hundreds of millions of people who have hepatitis B. And why it's important for West Africa is that there are certain regions around the world where it's especially common. An example is China. China is very common in China. And unfortunately, it is also very common in West Africa. If you have a room of about 10, 15 people, up to one will be infected with hepatitis B. And unfortunately, they won't know it until sometimes it's too late. And they can also pass it on to other people. And all of this can be prevented by diagnosis. Why it's common in West Africa is that it's frequently transmitted from mothers to babies at the time of birth. And it's important to make the diagnosis, because if you know that the mother's hepatitis B, there's simple things you can do to the baby that will prevent the baby from getting hepatitis B and then going on to a lifelong infection. A lot of people are concerned about, stigma, but it's unfortunate because it's really nothing. Because if someone is not infected, they can easily be vaccinated, and then they're immune for the rest of their life, and they have really nothing to worry about. And then if someone has the infection, not everybody needs treatment. I would say a relatively small percentage need treatment. But if they do need it, it's basically one pill a day. It's like taking a high blood pressure medicine. One pill a day will prevent the virus from dividing and all the injury from stopping. And sometimes the injury will slowly go away. However, if someone has it and they need treatment and they don't get treatment, then over time the liver is progressively destroyed and scarred, and then it can go into a condition called cirrhosis. And I'm sure you might have seen people with cirrhosis and not know it. The belly can be swollen with water, their eyes can turn yellow, and they could either need a transplant, or they can go on to develop liver cancer, and if they're not caught in time, they can pass from it. And again, all this can be prevented by just a simple diagnosis. And how do you make the diagnosis? It's a simple blood test. So,
thank you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was just an error in our system. I just want to clarify that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, did you hear about what the doctor just said about hepatitis B? We're talking about hepatitis B. Yuni anomo mesra mi di ahobrasiemu e de kasa bibi kakra efa hepatitis B. Yene your program now, as I said earlier, say it's about health and business. Anyway, you better treating komo about hepatitis B. Or see hepatitis B, I mean say Arabia a hard drink kakra. Anyway, mesre se munina mesre mo ambrasiemu mo bembo modin amayetie doctor. Anyway, mema doctor now obebo ni full name again. Although minimini din, but me pese ono ankasa bebo ni din. Obe chire baby a free Mantiferi ho. Address ni ade nyina ye de betu dwa. Eniema omu ye nyina omu de betu dwa. So inti maybe can brofo kakra ma doctor na TV. Doctor, I just said about whatever that I said in English in Chi. I'm going to speak that in English. I just said about there's a disease called hepatitis B, and it's very common in African community. So you're going to discuss and then teach us a little bit about it the best you can, and then if a few people a couple of people got questions, or people that know about it, some people know about it, some people don't know about it, they want to know what is hepatitis B. Can you briefly tell the whole listeners what is hepatitis B?
Okay, so hepatitis B is a virus, and a virus is a infection that requires a human cell to live. So the virus gets into the body, and then it goes into the liver cells, and it sort of takes over some of the machinery to make itself. And then it goes from the liver, inside the liver cell, into the blood. And at the same time, because it changes the nature of the human liver cell, the body's immune system, so that's a part of the body that's designed to protect the body from infections, attacks the liver cells and causes injury, causes liver cell death and inflammation. Inflammation is like if you cut your hand, it would turn red and warm and tender. Well, that's happening within the liver. And just like your hand can scar, that scarring process is occurring continuously in the liver in some people with hepatitis B. And over many years, that can convert the liver into a condition called cirrhosis. And at the same time, it can change how the cells divide so they can turn into a cancer. So that's basically how hepatitis B causes the problem. You always want to know, how does someone get hepatitis B? It's not acquired by kissing, touching. You can share a meal. You're not going to get it that way. It's transmitted from close, intimate contact and exposure to blood. So the mother at the time of birth can give it to their baby unless the baby's immediately protected. It can be transmitted by exposure to blood. So if you have a tattoo and you're using a needle that's shared among people, that can share it. And it can also be transmitted by sexual activity. But the most important thing to know is if you get vaccinated, you're protected. It's a lifelong protection.
Thank you very much. That was a good answer. I just want to know much about, you just said briefly hepatitis B will normally cause in the liver. So, ladies and gentlemen, hepatitis B, it causes liver cancer. Please, as the doctor said, are we willing to do a lot of research and then have a vaccine or any medication that could help to minimize that disease, or can it be cured, or it cannot be cured?
Yeah, they're working on a cure. Right now, we're at the stage like treating hypertension or diabetes. You're given a medicine to control the blood pressure, to control the blood sugar. But if you stop it, the blood pressure is going to go right back up, and the sugar level will go back up. So right now, it's what we call a suppressive. That you take a pill every day, and it prevents the virus from dividing. They're working on a cure for it, but it's still not available. And the important thing to know is not everybody needs treatment. Only a relatively small percentage of patients have ongoing liver injury that requires treatment. A lot of people just have evidence of a trace of infection. It's active, it's there, but it's for the most part not causing damage. Now, what's very important is, again, diagnosis. So only if you diagnose it can you then determine whether you need treatment. And also prevention. So if you don't have it and you're not immune, you want to get vaccinated. It's a preventable disease that's really will protect you lifelong from getting infected. And then the other thing, you mentioned liver cancer. Long-term hepatitis B is a frequent cause of liver cancer. And there are certain risk factors. Not everybody with hepatitis B has the same risk for developing liver cancer. Unfortunately, people from West Africa, there's something about West Africans that put them at much higher risk for developing liver cancer. So I don't know, some of your listeners might have seen back in Africa someone who seems well, and suddenly they start losing weight, and their belly gets swollen, and their eyes turn yellow, and they rapidly pass. A good possibility is that person had developed liver cancer that wasn't diagnosed early, and then it came in at a very late stage. If someone has hepatitis B and they're treated, they can actually decrease the chance of developing liver cancer. And what's most important, someone who has hepatitis B, even if they don't need treatment, they need to be monitored every 6 months with a simple ultrasound to see if they've developed a small tumor. And if you find a small tumor, you treat it.
Thank you. I just want to know a couple of questions about hepatitis B. What are the signs and symptoms that somebody will recognize and say, "Hey, I'm getting hepatitis B"? I don't know what are the symptoms, as you said earlier, when your eyes turn yellow and then you getting skinny. Could you tell me much about it, please?
Just like having high blood pressure, people go for decades with high blood pressure. They have no symptoms, and then they come in with a massive stroke. With hepatitis, you want to diagnose the high blood pressure years before the stroke so you can prevent the stroke. With hepatitis B early on, there's usually no symptoms. Only at a very late stage will someone develop symptoms, and that's why everyone should be checked out. It's a simple blood test, and then then you can be monitored, and for someone developing a problem, or if you see that there's active liver injury with the high liver enzymes, those patients should be treated, and then you prevent the damage, prevent the symptoms. The goal is to find someone without symptom and prevent it.
Can hepatitis B be? Thank you so much. Can hepatitis B be transmitted or no?
Yes, yes. But the thing is, if someone is vaccinated, you can do anything with that person, and you won't get it. So if someone is not immune, they're not protected, they can get it, and again, the way to get it is mothers to babies at the time of birth, sexual activity, and exposure to blood. But if someone is vaccinated, they can do anything with that infected person, and they're not at risk. They're not going to get it.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, they said
there have been areas in the world where there have been big campaigns to vaccinate everybody when they're babies, and then they follow them over a couple of decades later, and the risk of developing liver cancer plummets, of developing severe liver disease plummet. The country where this is done is in Taiwan. They're very aggressive in vaccinating people, diagnosing, and the liver problem rate has dropped dramatically.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are so many research out there right now. There are so many avenues to look hepatitis B that will help each and everyone. Please try to get, or at least see your PCP. That's your primary care physician. Make sure you go to the doctor. Make sure you get your physical done. Make sure you take good care of yourself. Your life is precious. Thank you so much, doctor. I have a few questions that members, listeners are trying to send in. Ladies and gentlemen, you could ask as many questions you want, and please, one question at a time. We're ready to answer your questions. Doctor, thank you so much. A lot of people are asking, where are you located at, and what are you trying to help the community, especially in the African community?
We're located at Montefiore Medical Center, and we have a program that's been going on for about 5 years, and it sort of started out as a question why, because hepatitis B, and again, you can tell me more so than I can tell you, is a condition that West Africans don't like to talk about. So we started out as a simple questionnaire. What are the reasons why people don't want to talk about it? Why won't they get tested? And we realized that the most effective way to pass out this questionnaire is to educate people. So Fatima and her partner Emmanuel Mezaboa started an educational program, and where they would educate people about the importance of hepatitis B, especially for the West African community. And with education, everyone seemed to want to get tested. So we got some money, and we then offered free testing. And it was really spectacular, because in most communities, such as West Africans, they don't want to go to a hospital. And we found that a lot of people would readily come into the hospital with education and get tested. And then after a year or two, we were telling people they need vaccination, and it's not so easy. It's not so cheap to get vaccinated. But fortunately, we were able to, recruit a little money that we could offer free vaccine to people. And
can you repeat that? Free vaccine to people for hepatitis B?
Yeah.
Great.
So
Awesome.
I had a patient whose family was very grateful, and they gave us a pot of money to offer free vaccine to everybody. And if you look at the experience in the world, most people, it's a series of shots. You have to come in 2 or 3 times to get the shots. And a lot of people, when they're told that they need vaccine, they don't comply. But our experience with West Africans, everyone did. It was really rather spectacular. And so that program has been going on for a couple of years. Right now, after we went through our money, we now ask people if they have insurance, can we build their insurance, and if they don't, we'll vaccinate them free. And so we're progressively growing. We developed a hypertension program where we can check people for hypertension, teach them how to monitor it, check them for diabetes at the same time. So this is a program that's progressively grown. Unfortunately, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have to put a pause on it for a while, but it's very, very, very successful.
Thank you. Another question just popped up. Somebody just want to know whether he or she have insurance. Can he or she, without insurance or with insurance, can he or she come over there just to get the hepatitis B? And then
Yes.
another question, they
Yeah.
would like to know, do you guys only do that only in the community in New York City, in the Bronx, or is it worldwide?
No, this is a program that's that's only at the Montefiore, and the screening, the blood tests are absolutely free. We actually also check people for diabetes.
Not only hepatitis B, but you does both diabetes too, right?
Yeah, with a simple blood test. And again, unfortunately, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a pause on this program. But for the past 2 years, or for the past actually 3 to 4 years, we've been checking everyone free for hepatitis B. And since 2020, we've been vaccinating everybody. And for the past year, we've been checking everyone for diabetes as well.
Another question just popped up. Somebody want to know, he or she got a vaccine earlier when she was a baby, and now she's grown up. She want to know, does she or he has to get the vaccine again?
I would actually have checked out the prevention of hepatitis. If she was born if her mother had hepatitis B, and she got vaccinated as a baby to prevent it, it's very effective. But some people still get it, so she should definitely be checked out to see if she, hopefully she doesn't have it, but to see if her antibody levels are, and if they're low, she can easily get a booster, another vaccine.
Another question just popped up. Somebody just want to know, does he or she, although he has a primary care physician, can he or she come to your awareness?
Yeah, well, I can. Fatina's going to shoot me because we only have a couple of more weeks before we take a pause. But again, whoever contacts us now, we'll try to fit them in. But if she has a primary care doctor, a lot of, unfortunately, PCPs don't check for it. They don't ask, but everyone who's from West Africa should get a couple blood tests. One is called surface antigen to see if they have the infection, and the other is the surface antibody to see if they're protected.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that? When you go and see your primary care physician, that's the PCP, kindly ask your doctor, please, can I do hepatitis B? Can you check for me? Or check whether I had it earlier, that I need or I don't need it.
Yeah.
You need to ask your doctor.
Yeah, it's a conversation apparently a lot of doctors don't like to bring up, but it's I strongly encourage everyone to say, I'm from West Africa, I need to be checked out.
I humbly beg, ladies and gentlemen, to please take good care of yourself. Make sure you see your primary physician as soon as possible. Please, if you already have your physical, that's excellent. That's good. If you've been taking good care of yourself, that's really good. If you've been eating good, that's really good. But please, please, please tell your friends and family that hasn't done all that. I know there are people out there that hasn't done hepatitis B. Please, please, please do your best as you can. Thank you so much, doctor.
Okay.
I have a question. Somebody would like you to mention your name again.
Okay.
And then mention the awareness that you're doing, please. Thank you.
Okay. The name is Sam Siegel.
They wanted to know Dr. Samuel Siegel. Thank you so much, Dr. Samuel Siegel. They want to know what is the name of your awareness so they could look it up.
I'm sorry, we're at Montefiore Medical Center.
Starfish program.
It's a starfish program in Montefiore.
Yes.
Starfish. Ladies and gentlemen, the program name is Starfish. I didn't even know
There's
about
a nice
it.
little story about starfish. And I'll say it before I have to leave.
Sure.
There's a story about a man is walking down the beach,
Right.
and on the beach there are thousands of starfish that have washed the floor onto the beach, and he sees this young man bending over and throwing the starfish into the sea, and the older man says, "What are you doing?" And the young man says, "If I don't throw the starfish into the sea, they're going to die." And the older man said, "You're wasting your time because, there are thousands of starfish and you're not going to make a difference." And the young guy bends down, picks up the starfish, throws it into the sea, and says, "Well, for that starfish, I made a difference." So the point is, everyone should be checked out, and you can, if a woman's pregnant and prevents the baby from getting hepatitis B, you've saved that kid's life a lot of misery.
Thank you so much. I have another question from one of our audience. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
They want to know Montefiore Medical Center, the address. They would like to know is 11 East 210th Street.
Yes.
Rosedale. Rosenthal 2, Bronx, New York. Rosenthal 2, Bronx, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, the said Montefiore Medical Center, 111 East 210th Street. 111 East 210th Street. Rosendale 2, Bronx, New York, with zip code 10457. Phone number. Ladies and gentlemen, please write it down if you would like to go there or you would like to ask a few questions. The number is 347-899-5446. 347-899-5446. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Are you alone? A couple of people are asking questions. Are you have a team that you work with? They would like you to mention those names so they will be aware.
The Montefiore has a liver program. There are a handful of doctors. The best person to contact would be Fatima, and she'll help them get them into the system.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying contact Fatima, and she would help out.
Okay.
The number that you gave.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time, your precious time. I know it's dinner time around this time, but you left everything to come talk to us concerning hepatitis B. I'm aware that you are doing so much in our community, especially in the African Ghanaian community. Thank you again.
My pleasure.
We appreciate a lot.
Okay.
We will see you in Ghana soon.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yo and yanuma ye nia bema bi abet di atwetwe nkomo oye obroni kakra eye americani oni abekeka efa hepatitis B. Not only that, your Ghanaian doctors nso a omunso beba abechrekre ni abobo nkomo na we no okọ program we no or see my enka but me say ono akasa so ka kire me say unim bibi ka kire no momrantem ente saa okọ also obekọ enchebia na enkobusumi na wiye no okọ uko ye test no wo ho a wo insurance ana wo ni insurance a o si ombehwe free e wo Montefiore medical center Montefiore medical center ho uso kwa usi uhwehwe address near 11 East 210 Street. Udru wa obesre se modern se ubebisa se ope hepatitis B test aye. Bia no bi aba America ha no ni insurance. Uni insurance ukọ hwa omusi omubeye ama for free. Yewo ni aba Fatima ewa ha. Ghana ni oni obroni ni na ye adwuma. Not only that, omuni Ghanaian doctors ewo ho emri bemu anyame adom a doctors nso ebeba eni abetwetwe nkomo abekyerekere niema doctors ne seminya abotre emne ne so amobeba eye yenua ba Fatima tuni ho asi hone esi obeba abeka ye ho no waba bekyerekere yemu ewo ye krom kasa enye abrofo kasa nko program yi me say ye menewu ene ye program no nti nesre ye be ma ye nua ba a big shout to all our audience listening to us tonight and a big shout to Adinkra radio ye damasi bebre ye nua ba Fatima owo ye nche enyumre ewa ha ye be ma ye nua ba Fatima wabonidi although manim say your friend Fatima obeka ye krom kasa eye twi no owia emebe mu awasanka eye awoza kasa akyerɛkyerɛ yemu hepatitis B no ekwoye betimi afaso ade ahwɛ ye ho na anyebia wo yare ni bia obede ehu ena omo wo eniema nso a omo si omo beka kyerɛ ye mempese meka yesi twene wo ho a ye mbɔ nkyɛnkyɛn tie ni aba Fatima ye ma wakɔ aba. Yo ebusianfo yenua Fatima na eti yanum ha na enyumre yenua ba Fatima yo mawakwa aba
yo miss me da sepa ne makwa aba Adinkra radio sister Ruby me da sepa se enne anadwi me so mabeka me ho na yes yebe twitwu nkomo afa hepatitis B ho me din di Fatima Omorofilo mi free ahembobo ano Kumasi because school were asanto e wakwata no so nipa bebre dwen se mi free Gambia, Senegal, Morocco obia bo bebia be free enso bi de mi free se mi free Ghana ahembobo ano Kumasi mi Ashtown ni ena mi ko school were asanto na me my age more Montefiore 17 years ni na me ye adwuma wo akomayare floor na me hu se ye nkrofo bebre etimi de ayi akomayare eba hospital ho na me ntiase se na me nkrofo adoso wo akomayare floor ho nti me shase se me go back to school nti me koye me associate me ye me bachelor's me ye me masters ni wiye ye no ena me nya adwuma efa hepatitis B liver transplant nti omo de me ba liver transplant ho no na me hu se de na mesumetimi e de aboa me krom for se de be ya nipa bebra ye de omo ba emergency room efa abdominal pain ana se omo se eye omo ya no de na ekoso sayare ni nyina na ye hepatitis B ena ha omo brebo enti doctors no ehu sane na omu create sa program ya friend starfish program yi the starfish program no afa ebeden ma yenkrofo hu se sa program yi ekoso wo bronze ha nti ehyasie de ko masalachi ede ehyasie ko church asori bebre yakọ Ebenezer yakọ apostolic yakọ asori bebre yakọ presentation no na yebusa questions ho wa wani ji ho na utro udi no phone number na amawa ba hospital ho na de ye mani ji kese pa efa program ni se o time covid eho eba asempa o hospital a obekwa ko salai tin no se udru hospital ho a na o fresa number sister kan 3478995446 ya na me ana me nkrofo ba kwa form ho na o de waba hospital na ba won join line bia na program ni sha say 2017 no ya testing more than 1,000 people already ya educating more than 5,000 individuals e bronze ha na nipa nso a ya testi bebrebe nyina no emu bi wo ho a na omo hepatitis B no already a omu nim bebia omu nyaaye nipa bebre nso no wo ho a omu nya firi omu maame no mo ho na de ya meka asemo ya me ya pa ne se omu nim se omu wo hepatitis B no bebre ne nim ekwanya omu befa so esa omu ho nyare efi se uko primary care doctor ho na ohwe o liver na o viral load no so far as enkos no ya catch o say bibia ye okay. When it comes to hepatitis B, there's nothing called okay when you are tested positive. So when you are tested positive for hepatitis B, mesrewa busumi nsia bia esese okoye blood work. Busumi nsia bia esese oye ultrasound of the liver. And busumi nsia bia esese oye fibroscan of the liver. Moja na abekwa akotwe no enna yebehwe ehu se viral load ne ewosoro anase wofom. Ukoye fibroscan na eno sin yedi hu se obrebo no sedie brebo ese eye mremremre no odie na aye mresa anase bibia ba ho upese o tedie meka na sia se bia wo ntoma fita na okosa anhia kokko e de petigu so a saa de wo de be petigu ahuma ntoma fita na so no kokko na ebe ba so no saa na brebo ne se yare bi ba ho a eno so eye nti uye eno fibroscan na ene bi hu se obrebo na emra na ase ahya se ye de ena ultrasound nso be ma ye hu se obrebo ne bibia ma ho because scarring bi ba ho a esese etimi hu se scarring ba ho na te se etimi asawo yare hepatitis B yare bia up till now no ye nyanya ho aduro de betimi ayama wo ne se wa ya test positive se viral load no e wo soro a ye ba ma waduro a e be ma aba form to the extent se enda ne cancer ma nye se e be ma waduro a e be yi yare na firi ho na e ma bebre nso ho a program ni ye sha ase no oba ye di no e ye example no oba be wo e na ehu se o hepatitis B no wo ye na ye ji awo no ne hu ye at that time na akola na wawo no ye ntimi and save akola no from getting hepatitis B from mama. If is onko nyem ne ne hu ne ntama wonya wo akola na ansa na akola ne benya 12 hours on earth no ye betimi awo akola ne paniama akola ne nya de maame ne wo na se 12 hours enya panwa de maame ne wo bia no ma akola ne benya bi nti nipa bebre wo ho a wo mu nyema wo mu nkohwe no mu hu se bia yare ese ne mi obi ansa na ya bo me ho ban ama akola na amekọ wo no ono so wanya bi nti sa maame ameka wo san nyim second one nto ni ba otosumu ni de etimi save maame no ma akola no wanya de maame no wo nti minua ma se wonyima mesrewa wo de se wo kɔ doctor no ho no emusawa efi se wo kɔ abroche ha de se eka no ma omubusebusa wo betestia ma na se wo baabi fufuro na se wo Africa manu baabi a se wonyima mesrewa wo de bomodin se wo su bebusa o doctor ne se anya bia no mepese ye test me for surface antigen any surface antibody. Surface antigen is ye testiwa ene etrese virus no uobi anase onibi. Surface antibody no ene ye protection anase abo oho bai no ene ye surface antibody ni. Nti se wo surface antibody no wo ho a na che se wa bo oho bai dada. Na nipa bebre nsu na wo ho a ye wo mo no yenya vaccinate wo enso previous vaccination na say apanye na de boy ho ban no dada na ye wo no after 10 years nipa bebre de efri wo ho enti de wo ya obehu se ade no wabo ho ban na se wunya 12.0 enti se o below 12.0 a uhia se ye ma booster ne ma ne ba suru kakra epa 12.0 no na nya obi ana o se ono no akoye test amia ka che ne se oye negative ne ka se oye negative no ya woni pane amiensi na nyina awie ade na se ye be ka che ne se oye positive me ka che ne se die no wa odi be kire me se wakowo sa pane amiensa ne ya testing na or negative no nti obi ani phone no my chat on the phone so to ade kire me no ye testing for surface antibody na negative enti on the onim se or negative but surface antibody ni kire se oni ahoban bia a odi abo ne ho ban wo ne ho enti o man testing surface antigen no antibody ni kwa ne testing no enti mi chire ni mu se o test out che mi nyina mi hu surface antigen bia wo antigen so na virus no enti test for surface antibody nko ansa na papa yi o tiase se o ye positive already because unya ye positive na o surface antigen be kire se reactive but o surface antibody no ma reactive because you are exposed already enti na hepatitis B asem ne de misremo a obia onim se obekọ ni primary care doctor hono it's okay onko primary doctor hono busa se opese ohun o surface antibody and your surface antigen just to make sure say wabo ho ban afa hepatitis B ho na starfish program no edaso wo ho ye be pause kakra busu bi we wieye nti misremo a obi a wo bronze ha ana wo New York ha a opese o test no bo modern se ube fresh number no why appointment na oba ye be check your blood pressure ni ama blood pressure machine a odi be ko fie iko yusu sana ye be san check your diabetes A1C na wo hu se o borderline na se o we okay if we say we say ye dua ne ba ko pa ye di de bia ga na for ye dokunu benku fufuo white bread and white rice jasmine rice ye dua no when it comes to diabetes and so normal mensa anan ya mabo nyina no ese utiso me nka se obi nja na dua ne di but tiso na more vegetables any fish and no swim not to say wedi fufuo benku dokunu na kakra na enam ni mom ne nkwan na doso any vegetables na doso nti na mi jina ha na sembisa bi wo ho kakra metimi ayi ano a na mayi ano ma yo
ajia yedawasi bebre yedawasi papa any wadaji na ucheche mu hepatitis B the antichrist mamede ajia any obroni ebaye so omechre hepatitis B ni se de meka earlier no omo beko program no ebeko na ose yenka nkyere Ghanaians say almost three baby uba ho a yebema blood pressure machine not only for hepatitis nepe omo free blood pressure machine me senti mubiem free blood pressure machine nya no nkoa omo so mbesa mayen edie thermometer upeso hwe so ho ayeshi ana ho ayenyu ni nyina wokɔ a omo de be ma eyi free mesrese enye so sorry ya na akɔgye vaccine dabi but modi so baby sa doctor visa doctor say doctor anye bia wa check me hepatitis wa hwɛ se me wo heb bi ni bi hwɛ se anye bia me nkola brim bia na me wo bi na hwɛ se me ni bia na because yare no science etimi ese o liver and my liver cancer. Eti, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ramo abusianfo me bua humbrasie mo sremo bebre say emma yema yare enkuyen ewo mu se me amiti we me wo yare obi biara wo bi wo ne ho obi biara wo yare bi wo ne ho enye diabetes na ya high blood pressure enye high blood pressure na ya emphysema enye emphysema na ya asthma enye asthma it could be something else yare ne doso but God bless America. Say radidi yaba no so esesi ebehyiahia ne emabi wode waye ni nyina bi awo pane ne kura wie ananse uni yare ni bia asedanka erade na emum bia wuni bi ana ubebi ana wonana bi ananse minim se ha de physicals no eye common ayeye but bia no bi afiga na ba ene yare na doso yare no edi asie yen fa ye frekope obuwa wakọ adwuma ba wadidi oto wan sorry misremo me pamucho momodi asie be ko check ye ho nyina strosi e be ko doctor anase ebinum de omo ye very bold say yare no wone ho a obe sorry so obe ko obuo nso a yare no won ho a oseme de menko nanso ni nyina echi no ye ni nyina ne wankasa oh your life is important timesrese mama yen fodo bia koye yen dwen yen ho yen hwe se yare ni bi wo ho ebetimi a prevent ana eye hepatitis B ye betimi a prevent wo your life mo ana ukoho a ombe show free omunje o kapre omu beko program ne beko enunti na mesre se abusianfo woni mo bi oni nkrata ye won nkrata de nyame aye yadom ye physical every year meaning say majority of the Americans that are Ghanaian Americans say waha duduona ekuhu doctor meaning say no nko ade ye ya ade be shout to all of us no mo ni paper no mesre obi wo ho hyedem osroso obekọ abonten obekọ hu doctor ho kwa omo show free madam asimanu esi agia mesro manenko
ya pacho dem pasa mede ka ho biom ne se kwan ben so na nipa etimi enya hepatitis B kwan ne do so a wotimi nya hepatitis B fa ho ebi ni se obi a oye positive no so you journey toothbrush crow ho na de odi use opesi ye no ni moja ka brush no na wa umbo ho ban no me ka omo vaccination no we use sa toothbrush na moja ne ko mo a obenya bi eye moja yare utiminya true eyi woni be mada obetimi anya na obi onso wo ho a se o twitwa enoma odi yeduane kra na sikan ni twa no na moja no kabe sikan no na oso be fa sikan ni anase odi ye bibi na saa moja no eni wo moja hia oso benya omo ye tattoo ukwe tattoo na saa blade na edi ye tattoo ma obi no na o ye positive for hepatitis B na oso ye de ye tattoo ni na etwa ni moja ni bika oso a oso benya enti na enye yare nipa bebre edwin se woni be mada ana sex yinkwa na ema wonya hepatitis B dabi tu ubetmenya wo toothbrush ubetmenya wo shaving stick ubetmenya wo nail cutter bebia moja ni ebeja moja ni se ene moja enya contactor. There's nothing to do about it ubenya bi. That is for those who are not vaccinated. Intimisramo, the only way for you to know if you are protected is to get tested. And kwanya obeso efa so ehu se you are immune and no one say konokoye test no. Yanka so obia mra yo ho no me test no. But modern say okọ doctor hwa upese ohun se hepatitis B surface antigen no oda hen. Surface antibody no oda hen fa. Ye hia ne se obeye. Ye program no ye sha se up till now no ye testing nipa for free. A free program. Ye vo vaccination for free. Ye better test for diabetes for free. Na ya ma blood pressure machine any thermometer obe use ofie. Ansa na ya ka malaria ho asem kakra achrew. Said ye be ya o ko Ghana na o ko Africa be bia. Obetimi age malaria duro a wo de beko. If you say nipa bebre free Africa ba no mo de malaria ba. Na wo de malaria ne ba ha. Wo be duro hospital ho ye do ye be to isolation room ase obi a ode yare boni bia ba. Intimisramo a menuanom me papanom ne mebusiafo nyina omo Africa manoma ba bia. Enya hankwa no betimi ay test no. Bebia owo hobia no bomodin se obekwa test na ehia se obewo vaccination na wakọ vaccination na protect ho. Thank you.
Yo Ajia ya dawasi bebe. Ladies and gentlemen, moti di yeni aba Ajia ekaye. Ajia ya dawasi. Na amofre ebisa se. Ento osisika ewo obi. Odi sikai ebi onu eduane. Na sikai bi chano. Na obi a moja ni biye ne hu. Na ebi a odi koso obi a onu so sikai. Na se moja kakra wane hu na. Ebetimi aye nana.
Moja ne die. Ni moja ni shia. There's nothing to do about it.
Hey, any is serious.
Moja.
Mimi anu moti yana. Aji asi moja to moja na enye. Even obi brush. Ochichini se no the to obebi uniwebi onanebi anase wankase omu odo brush atoho obi kofa ekochichini se a ebi betimi aye no. Eti ekwan benso ena yeni ebusiafo yenyina esua bibi o yesua bibi enyumre ye betimi a prevent yourselves although hepatitis B ya wo bibi aye nkwala brem miakasa metiwe ma wo bi minim se 90% of Ghanaians ya wo bi amremo ya wo mo hanso ma wo bi wu ya wo wa ne ya wo bi but question is say who as you aging wu nyilo na edaso ewo ho anaje
Pacha unyini de enasum ho efise obia ne se de ne moja ne esitie nipa dudu a ya test omo no bebre na ohwe omo surface antibody na ebidie 1000 ebidie 800 ebidie 500 ebidie 0.5 0.8 enti obia ne se de ne hunam esitie. The only way for you to know no say obekwa test no. Wokoye test for surface antigen and antibody no. Enne beka che say baby amedanie. Se wo more than 12.0 na uyiya se obeye bibi afa ho. The here ne se obetra 12.0 no. Yenye nipa bebre especially from Ghana and Nigeria omo nyini no na esoti de bia enti nipa bebre na ya vaccinate womo time I can say vaccination no obi anko ne doctor ho no onkonko wo no you be surprised nipa say no koye nipa bebre no okrom ha omo health insurance enso omo anko and so starfish program esha asie no for free no yema $50 gift card krama transportation efa ho for the first 500 people you vaccinate woman no yema almost $50 gift card nipa dodo a wo be your vaccination no sister nya asem ketwa enti sa program for $50 na asa but still no you be wa more for free enti mon take this opportunity program no be pause besumi ye wiye ye be pause kakra na ya hwehwehwehwe normal kakra nsa enti wa o pese ye na kwan da hostel from now until next 3 to 4 weeks no number ni 347-899-5446 210 111 East 210 Montefiore Hospital enti opa sister the number ni beto platform no senata say obi a opese obe test no this is the time for you to test ana say obe call doctor ho na wakoka say opese a test for surface antigen and surface antibody.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, ye de ni aba eye Ajia se. Ajia nyamishra o. Obeka eye hepatitis B no oso ni obema ana oba ehia na oba ku obia otimi de ye ne nyonkon. Eti na eye serious say nyina ye bebo modi I be check ahwe say obi biara any hepatitis B yare bi because e ko hunu nyina na ese liver. Ajia yada wasi bebre eme say obi the text message aba or simi misal say since Ajia owa ha no ubetimi aka ewo awuzaka semu kakra ama natibia na yada ase.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Ni ne nako Fatima Umar Fillo da kowa ya sani da Hajiya Zara Baba Mati. To gaskiya yau mun zo Adinkra radio mu yi magana game da hepatitis B hawa yau. Ina magana game da hepatitis B ne saboda mu duka mu iya mu kare kanmu game da cutar nan da ke damun hantan mutane. Yawanci da suke da ciwon ba su san yadda za su yi da shi ba. Me yasa nace ba su san yadda za su yi da shi ba? Saboda yawancinsu maimakon su ta zuwa suna gwada jini su kowane wata 6 ko suna zuwa suna ultrasound da fibroscan of the liver yawanci ba su zuwa she mun kira su har mun gaji kamin su zo. Sannan waɗanda kuma ba su sani ba ko sun taba yin alluran hepatitis B ko ba su taba yi ba, hanyar da mutum zai sani ko zai iya yayi duka shine ya je yayi test nan. Ba dole ne shi ka zo wurin mu ba. In ka je wurin primary care doctor ka ce kana son a testin ka surface antigen da surface antibody na hepatitis B. In kai test binga to in antigen nan ya zo negative alhamdulillah, na antibody kuma ya zo ma negative, wannan na nuna cewa ka je ka yi allurar rigakafi game da hepatitis B. Domin samu wasu mutane da ke gani kamar tun da sun yi test na an ce musu negative shi sa ba su bukatan su yi komi, kuma negative nan kuma hanya biyu ne, ko negative ne for hepatitis surface antigen ko negative ne da koma surface antibody. Shi sa bin duka ya kamata ka je ka yi saboda ka san matsayinka. Wani hanyoyi kuma ke samun mutane na transmit hepatitis B, musamman yanzu da yake baki sun shigo da yawa da kuma muke cikin daki fiye da mutum 2, 3, 4 cikin daki guda. Ya kamata mu iya muna kiyayewa game da karfin da ake yankan farce da shi, da shaving stick abin da ake aske gashi na hamata da sauran wajaje, da toothbrush duka mu kokari muna kiyayewa saboda ciwo ne na jini. In wani ya amfani da kayayyakin da na fadin ga duka, ko blade ne ko afasu ne ko wuka ne ko shaving stick ne ko nail cutter ne, in jinin mai shi ya saura kai, she kai kuma ka zo ka dauki wannan karafin ga kai ma ka yanka wani abu jikinka da shi to in dai jininka kai ma ya yanke ka jinin shi da ya bari kan nan ya gamu da jininka to kai ma za ka iya samun wanga cuta na hepatitis B saboda lokacin nan in baka yi vaccination ba to kai ne at risk da za ka samu amma in dai kana da rigakafin vaccination nan jikinka to ko da jininka ya taba jinin wani da ke da shi bai kama ka shi sa ina rokon yan uwana kamar yadda na fadi kowa ya yi kokari ya je ya yi testin hepatitis B surface antigen da surface antibody ba dole ne shi ka zo wurin starfish program ba ka iya ka je wurin doktan ka yi wannan testin ka sani in baka da rigakafi an yi maka rigakafin nan starfish program dai mu muna yi for free ne amma zuwa karshen watan nan za mu dan je hutu kadan game da program nan shi sa muna roƙon mutane wanda ke hawa yau yake son ya zo ya yi testin nan free wurin mu akwai hanya kai ka kira namban 347-899-5446 phone da ke hannuna ne ka zo ka yi testin nan for free yanda za a yi ka kare kanka ka kare yan uwanka ka kare ƴaƴanka kuma da za ka haifa Allah ya yadda shi sa maganan kenan sakon kenan ina fata duk wanda kuma ke da wani tambaya yana iya kira na kan wannan namban ya tambaye ni abinda yake son ya ji game da hepatitis B wasu na tambaya game da ko cin abinci kai da wanda ke da shi kuka ci abinci ka samu a'a kai da wanda ke da shi kun ci abinci ba ka samu duk da inda jininka da na jinin mai shi ba ya gamu ba to ba yanda za yi ya same ka na gode
Yo, Ajiya na gode, ina Raquel, na gode. Ebusianfo eye yenyaba Ajiya Fatima. Ajiya enkrofo bisa se enti sesia oba obetimi aboa no obi si wa oni nkrata wa frame sesia osimi bisa se Ajiya se oba hwa na in case na wa ye hepatitis B ni bi dedaw ewo Ghana eno oba yo ni paper obesre se obisa se oni paper no mo be complete physical anase hepatitis B ni pe ena mo be no
that's part the obisa sa question very important. The only criteria for testing now, you better test for hepatitis B. You test for A1C. Now you check your blood pressure.
Right.
Normal means say, adia you check your ubia efahun. Free. Ye here or criteria here bibia. And ye be a crano ye or more mobua Emma with health insurance no. Your Affinity by Molina, your Blue Cross Blue Shield, your Health First. Nyina o ho aye frɛ wo mo a ombetimi aboa wo ama wanya health insurance. Nti normal testing no. Na se wanya health insurance no so a your Dr. Kwabna o ho. CD Medical Center ewo Bronze friends Grand Concourse 2940. You betimi ama wo health insurance na ko na waye full physical amount enti de hia ne se wo betimi aba no abetest for hepatitis B A1C any blood pressure no na de akania ma Dr. Kwabna to aso.
Yo, big shout to Dr. Kwabna. You see, Dr. Kwabna beba betwaso amaye. Emrebe mwa, yebema Dr. Kwabna enso abaha no ba becheche ye niema bebre. Eneno de entia ema mebisa Ajiya se omra no mecheche ye niema ema Dr. Samuel eye ubroni no enso emeche ye niema na eye program no ebetwem mesaka biem omusi aka few days any man betwem eye free enti yama modin se yen Ghanaians ye bebo modin se ye beko a obibia oni enkrata sebio sebe uni enkrata oseko na yen hwema unim se vaccine enye obia na nani gi vaccine ho me say covid na edin but I didn't have no choice except me one son mako Ghana etinesre se vaccine covid vaccine by enye obia na wo I understand obi wo ha ompe obi wo nso a owo we dey hepatitis B we nye COVID vaccine mesre say hepatitis B ni dey obi biara say your bomodin si ibedi hunjuma yo agia ye da wasi bebre nyame ya adoma mete nka mo blood pressure machine obi si na ni ji blood pressure machine ho pa enti no bomodin so obeba etibinka cho se munja ni bi fa ni nyina nko busumi sabre nyame ya adoma na se musimo kokra osi jani bi o average blood pressure machine text messages bebre eba oh we are live right now on Facebook, live, Twitter, Instagram, Adinkra TV. Adia, yedawase. Medawasi baby no ambrasiemo edawase se wudi juma kese oni doctors ewo kromu ha enye Dr. Bako eye Dr. Boachi omunyina any Dr. Emmanuel any da omunyina mrebamwa nyame ya aduma ye book appointment nyame ya aduma obehu omunyina obi bisa me se na de na Ghana for doctors wo ho no akofa obroni de nti akofa obroni ne ba ne se tam ne yaso obroni ne beko offer no de maye no eye free for Ghanaians our de my program no but your doctor say Ghana for doctors ne so omo bebuaye yeda wasi bebre agia nyame hirawo nyame ya adomo a yebesa ehia ehu no wasa be kireche eniema bebre yo abusuafo yeja yenia agia ekwan amanako nemom ye woniema bebre wo ha yebepese yebedwendwen ho abobo ho yeka about health and business program me say health and business program na ekono health and business program na ekono me say encrophobia bisa questions say what edie bandie ene ye ba beye for health and business program me pamucho ebusuafo questions ni de bebre eba health and business program bi ni say hepatitis B ya ye be kire ye nei ye hu se sika twa now the only obi os bibi atwa no kraye na etimi eyaw not only that sabi obi wo hepatitis B na ne da ebi betimi ayaw so onwo panie na we nye COVID vaccine panio we ye hepatitis B esasi obi biara ubenya bi now mesramu bebre ye wo doctors Ghana for doctors eba be chire ye niema
any Nigeria
doctors any African American doctors any abrofo eba abe chire ye niema mesrese ene yesia hepatitis B eye diande ema liver cancer not only that ema yare emma ahum tokra nti yebeye fiye nipeduemu hepatitis B. Big shout to all our viewers listening to us. Doctors ebeba programming allergy and hematology doctors. Omo beba aba bechereche ye niema. Omo focus on diagnosis and treatment of allergies. Obu ho odi kusua bi enso onim so allergy to kusua no. Obu ho a enso kra to na enso ne kakra gu ne ho a na enwura bi ka ne ho a oya allergic to enwura no ni nyina doctors no ebe kramai ebi kra etwam ana kramai bi hunwi eka no otimi na nitimi ye red pink eye ni nyina ye wo hematologist beba eye hematology doctor allergy doctor beba be train anesthesia doctors nso beba omo specialize in providing anesthesia pain yaw pain omo baba be train eniema efa ho during surgery we surgery we are pain saya ye fo obu akoye ni kotodwe surgery obu akoye ni kotodwe surgery obu wa ye ni nsa surgery me pacho kafra doctor bi beba aba be chreche although wo doctor o hwe wo de na nso utibika otibia eye wo yekrom kasa eye cardiologist eye akoma or focus on diagnosis and treatment of the heart disease. Cardiologist doctors ebeba ababe bobo hu atreye eniema. Trauma doctors ebeba eye Ghana for ako school akwachi beba abetreye eniema excuse me ama ye nyina yesua. Dermatologist doctor obo wa or pimples or acne, a lot of acne. Obo bakwa na mienu sini konwa okohu ne doctor dear. Although ye na ye kokohu ye doctor, but usan betie bia ebeboa wankasa ye benya emergency doctor, emergency medicine doctor, ononso ebeba endocrinology doctor, ononso eba bechreche or specializing in diseases and treatment in human and endocrine system disorders, ononso eba bechre family medicine doctor. Physical na ya afibia we adwuma wo nursing home, we adwuma wo hospital, we adwuma wo clinic, doctor's office, and now we home attendant, we living, we private, most of them no say physical me pamucho family medicine, family doctor obeba ababe chire sanye man gastrointestinal doctors gastroenterology obeba be train o focusing diagnosis and treatment of digestive system, your intestines ne your organs no obeba ababe chire ganani hematology onunso beba bechreche hematology doctors ebeba bechre said they are dealing with diagnosis and treatment of blood disorder and conditions. Ebi no be hemoglobin very low, me amitiwe me wo yare bi crowd you might not know, but your call doctor ho obeka ni nyina kire hemoglobin no say lower, especially ya anemic. We are anemica, but modern say ubehu u doctor na wachre wo ekwanya befaso eduane a ubedi ama umoja no akosro mesre bebre ma ye wo fibroids ma ye wo fibroids obu o ni danie e wo ne so ma moja tu ne ade ni nyina nso doctors no ebaba be kire infectious disease doctor, and so they focus on prevention and diagnosis and treatment of infectious diseases, and also ebaba be kire gynecologist gynecologist specialize or baby train doctor and baby specialize in women reproductive health, including pregnancy and childbirth. Doctors no ebeba ewo health and business program yi so orthopedic surgery doctor also say obeba Ghanaian ebeba be chreche, not only Ghanaian doctors, other doctors Nigerian doctors aprofo, any doctor will come obabe chreche and yes Ghana fonko a doctor pathologist will come, pediatrics Dr. Shenkwala on also ebeba be church eniema, and not only that, physical medicine rehabilitation doctors almost beba be train said ye restoration of physical function mobility in patients with disability ombaba be train yenya sabio obu ho anu akoye surgery near the new nursing home wana ya de na rehab wakoye knee surgery ana waye shoulder surgery ana waye back pain surgery ninyina those doctors no baba be train plastic surgery doctors so obu ho a na ya ne plastic wakonya severe accident, God forbid, na ohia plastic surgery doctor no so ebaba betray psychiatry obeba abetray ubu wo na only say wa bodam sabio na mum no obehia emwa say doctor ebetray eniema Misramu bebre say radiologist nso beba abetray sport medicine doctor ese obeba vascular surgery doctor nso ese obeba abetray ebusuafo sikasem no you say ye medical side na me adomo a sikasem financial literacy financial literacy me pamucho bebre obi se obeba abetray Ghanaian oba betray kwan ye befa so save kwan ye befa so invest kwan ye befa so esua said ye to ade nya ho so mfaso. Not only that, said the last week me kan ye no or say obeba nyame adoma, not only one person or me nyina ye ho arrangement financial literacy kwan a ejam ye kwoni Mesro bebre sika no asase aban yentija. Big shout to all Koma Association members. Mesro bebre se ye nyina ebesua se de ye benya sika no ne hia sika no ye hu hia papa ye koni ye benyina eyi sikasem ono nso beba aba bekire enanyimwe medamasi bebre no madagie ene mabotre mede ahobrase do bibia se munya abdaje etie ye ene ya besua bibi efa hepatitis hep B bomodin se wenya covid vaccine se de mekaye no bomodin se obehwe se wawo bia obi nso a ko hu doctor ka kire no me sure se majority of us because we wo wa ne ya wo bi ye wo bi a minim se unyi nyina na no nso ubedi akiri medamwase bebre enanyumre your friend is ebusuafo na ewo. Big shout to all viewers ATA enyumre. Big shout to all especially you a nice award be a basso your friend 3G Media Award afibia ye 3G Media Award ye na afibia hosted by Reverend Evangelist Dr. CNN Evangelist CNN onunda a host 3G Media Award no meneno meyene as a co-host nyame adumo a memende ebe me paucho. Ladies and gentlemen, bra ebehuye ewo Marion Avenue ye 3G Media Award. Last year it was very spectacular. Last year was very nice. This year so nyame boa memende ebe Saturday October 7th, 2023. Ye 3G Media Award no. Wine eba ye wo nyumtufo efi Ghana eba ene nyumtufo ewaha ye boma baso nyame ya aduma ye behia ewo 3G Award address no ebeba later mepamucho enkrofa so ya bemu ewo adwumadi ayedi Mile Homes for almost say yanka chamo say upe fie ato a anase upe edan bi ato a mesro bebre ifie no eno ane edan mesro bebre upe bi ato anase upe bi rent a bomodin ebisa Mile Homes for almost say from na omobeboa amwato bi upe Airbnb wakwa Ghana upe baby duty ato upe Airbnb dan baby kakra duty ato a ufe Mile Homes for na omobeboa amwanya dan ni bi. Not only that ye nia your friend is Riles almost see yan kan chamo se omo wo adwumadie bi de mayen me pamucho o se yan kan chamo Mile Homes for ese omo dan no bomodin se obefre omo ewo omo se bomodin se obefre se opedan ni bia number ni ye 0233 530 360 233 530 360 Mile Homes for almost say sisi adan fe Airbnb ope omo bomodin from omo dan ewo ho a mbetimi ama baby security any bibia ye intern ope swimming pool baby papa duty atwa swimming pool internet bibia wo ho eho ye kama okwa ebo no so ye fo nti bomodin so beko Miles Homes for Ecobank ewo Ghana almost say opesu ubie account ewo Ghana bomodin bie Ecobank for ena so yasin almost men kan cho say ope dollar account ana series account ana say ope se auto ejapadie bi ope sika ato ho e de aye ejapadie bi a bomodin so beko bi Ecobank for say bomodin se bra uba na wo free ha ana wo free Ghana na okọ ho a ombe bi ama ope loans e de upe account bi e bi loan epe loan a omobe ma ope sika de atua wo bills okọ ho a ni nyina omobe boa amwanya omo phone number ye 026 714-3006 026-714-3006. Free USA ha 011-233-2671 43006 011-2671-43006. Echo Bank for almost say momodian say obe from na omuniwo atwetwe enkomo. Royal Rakers Organic Mixture. Almost see yen country almost say wo pesa o skin yen no kama. Kama glory fine. No pimples, nothing. But modern from beboa ama wenya product ebetimi stretch marks. Not only stretch marks, exaye sports, pimples, and yaman kete acne, bibia raw skin sono, modern from or Royal Rockets Organic Mixture. Rockets Organic Mixture. My phone number 917-836-3155. 917-836-3155. Yo, ebusianfo enejumedie yedibesi ha. Mepa mucho makaka sebi amankeni ya mesrese mo fancheme. Nyame ya aduma dasane na wachi sabri nyame ya aduma yebeshia. Nyame ko bibia ho nyame enye okese. Me say life is precious. Life is precious. Die duane pa shatare pa mesro ye exercise. Ko nako doctor Miss Baby, me amitiwe. I have obiawo problem. Metiwe, I need to see my doctor. No hepatitis nedie. Yebebo modesi, yebeko checki. Ni yehunu, ni ya checking your liver. Your liver is very, very important in our life. Yebema doctor a screening aye complete physical a checking your liver I fese bibia kama Miss Radi say oma obia ahoden oma yen kwantenten oma na watch sabre yen sensia medamwase. I love you, please stay safe, bye bye.